Welcome to episode 7 of Small Potatoes, where we discuss the insignificant, inconsequential, and often inappropriate tidbits of life that we feel deserve more attention. Remember, it's all fun and games until someone cares. We don't, so it's all fun and games.
We're rolling.
So here's the chain of events.
Hello?
We all get together.
That's not our intro. Yeah, sing the theme song. Sing the theme song.
And yes, she's annoying.
Give it to me. What's it called?
What's the name of the show?
Anthony makes music, everybody. To everybody out there, go listen to him.
Go listen to my
Anthony.
music.
If you enjoyed our podcast theme song, that's an Anthony Cole original.
Oh, yeah.
have we never come out and said that?
I don't think so.
Well, it would be a little gauche if you did, so why don't you cool it?
But,
And
yeah.
all of our music promos and just music in general is from me, so you're welcome.
That's all your boy.
But what I was going to say, Anthony, is I think that's a really untapped market is porn music. I think that's what you should get into.
That's what you should do, Anthony. You should do porn music.
I could do that. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, someone has that job.
Somebody does. That is somebody's real life job.
Hey, do you think people score porn? Or do you think they just add a soundtrack, like add a song?
Do you think they play the video for
Yeah, they play the
inspiration?
They score while people on camera are scoring. Eh?
I don't
You
get it.
know?
I don't get it.
No, I don't know.
Like when they're hooked, like they're having sex, so they're scoring. Like, oh, I scored
Dude,
last
this
night.
is a PG
Yeah,
podcast.
what the fuck, dude?
Like when you make love with someone, you scored. Like
Ah,
one
dude.
for the scoreboard.
Now we have to put explicit on the podcast.
another touchdown for old Mike Longhammer or whatever his name is.
Now we've lost all of the family audience.
No more mother and children's listen to our podcast anymore. Thanks, Trevor.
Single-handedly, you tanked this podcast.
I'm so sorry
today.
to all the young mothers and high school juniors in the audience that we just totally scared away. I apologize for
You should
for my
apologize.
sailor mouth.
I'm sorry to everyone.
I've never understood that phrase. He curses like a sailor. Did sailors curse so much? Is that really
Apparently.
just the stereotype?
I guess.
Is that still a stereotype that I'm just unaware of?
The only sailor stereotype I know is that they're all gay.
Mm-hmm. I think that's like an army in general stereotype.
Army in general, are they all gay?
Oh,
Like-
shit.
Like everybody that's in the Navy, Army,
I think it's just a Navy thing, though.
no, Air Force, all of them.
Spencer, I think you're just watching military-themed gay porn.
Oh, is that what it is?
Okay, I'll try to see if I have another small potato that I wrote down.
Yeah, maybe something clean
Yeah, Anthony, something.
for the kids, for the small potatoes out there.
Small potato.
Who wants to go? Who wants to talk first? Who's got some shit they got to talk about?
I've got
There's
I've got,
only
Excuse
Spencer's got
me?
something to talk about.
Thank you for passing the microphone to me. Yes, I want to talk about. I have a story. Okay, I have a story first,
Go ahead.
and then I'll talk about it.
All right,
So
go ahead.
when I was a freshman in college, I used to skateboard to school.
hmm
No, that's not how I want to start the story. Cut. Cut. Sorry.
You're cool.
Are we too drunk for this?
No, I'm not drunk at all. I'm just literally, my mind is going. I had a brain fart. I don't like that term. Can I tell you? You know,
Just
going everywhere
tell
right now.
the story.
Sorry. Okay, so
Tell the story.
no more. Okay, so my story that I'm gonna tell. When I was a freshman in college, I would find holes in all of my shorts and pants in the same exact spot.
Where?
And I was in my right pocket, like at the end of the pocket, but
Okay.
like above the shorts, not in the pocket. And I was always so confused as to like what was happening. I was like, why are holes just developing in the same spot? Do I have pointy thighs? Is that what's going on? I was very confused. And then I realized that when I used to skateboard to school, as I was saying, and when I would carry my skateboard, I would swing my arm and my skateboard would scrape against my keys in my pocket.
When you're not skating, when you're just
When I'm
holding
not
the
skating,
board.
when I'm just walking, like walking to class,
Okay.
I would swing my arm with the skateboard in my arm, and my skateboard would scrape the keys that were in my pocket, like against my leg,
Yeah.
and the friction would like cut a hole in like all of my pockets, all of my shorts, all of my pants. And the small potato that I wanted to bring up is like semi-related. It's when you see like a scar on yourself and you're like, where the hell did that come from? How did I get that? And you're just like racking your brain over the pain that might have happened that caused those scars.
Yeah, waking up with scrapes and bruises.
Yes.
Yes. I similar story, Spencer. I was telling you this story last time we recorded, but I was opening a box that had a computer adapter, like an adapter for my iMac or MacBook, whatever the fuck kind of computer I have.
Whoa, you have Apple products?
Wow.
Apple
And so I was opening this
boy.
adapter, and I open it and I'm like, what the fuck? There's like red shit. There's like this shit on it. Like there's like this red, like dried, like stuff on it. What the fuck? Like, did I get a used item? Like I wasn't supposed to. This is bullshit. Like I just opened this fresh out of the package and there's already like bullshit on it. And then I look and I see my finger is scraped. Like my finger is cut open and there's blood coming out. And I bled on the thing myself and was so mad that someone else had gotten blood on it.
Did this happen
And then
recently?
This happened like 2 days ago.
Ready? You want to know what happened to me 1 week ago?
Please.
So I was reaching underneath a bathroom counter. And you know how there's just a bunch of stuff underneath the bathroom counter because there's, toiletries,
Oh, yeah.
various ones.
And
And
pipes, which
my
always freaks me
hand
out.
happened to, I was looking for contacts. So I'm currently blind in this situation. And my hand happened to come in contact with a razor, like a legitimate razor. Not like a Pro Glide where there's like soft edges, just one
But
solid.
like the flip phone.
Yeah, a Motorola razor phone. No, so it was basically a box cutter. Cut my finger open, maybe about a minute before I had to leave to go to work. So I'm just squirting blood as I'm driving to work, with my knees, just holding my finger. And I get to work, and it finally like kind of goes away. And my boss is like, hey, we got to get you out there. We got to like wrap you up. So she starts, like being a medic and like wrapping the bandage around me. And she notices that on the bandage she wrapped around me, there's like blood on it. She's like, huh. She's like, a little bit of blood. And then she moves her hand away and there's a little bit of blood on her finger. She's like, what? And then turns over her hand and there's just blood all over her hands.
From you or from her?
From me, because as she squeezed the bandage, it just went all over her. So she started screaming and almost threw up and ran into the bathroom. And I was just like, so sorry, I'm sorry.
That's honestly better though, because I thought you were saying that she had a cut on her hand.
No, right?
and
If we're just
that
like
was like
instant blood
touching each
brothers.
other's guts.
So welcome to the show. This week on Small Potatoes, we're talking about bleeding. Just bleeding
Bleeding all
on
over.
things and people and in
Bleeding
general.
is something we talk about.
Because we're human beings and we're limited by our physical bodies. And
it's true. I'm so fast.
You're so fast.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know. I'm really fast. I just happen to like nick things and hit things, so my body is.
Oh,
like,
you
bleeds
move
from it.
fast, so you
Yeah.
cut
Got
yourself.
it.
That was not
really
clear.
fast.
That was not at
No,
all.
it's sorry. My brain moves fast too, so like you normal humans might not understand.
I go, we bleed a lot, and you said, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
fast.
I'm fast.
You can time me. I just got new Velcro light up shoes.
Oh, no, you're extra fast.
Oh my gosh.
So fast. Okay, so was that your small potato? Was that your small potato, Spencer, or what?
My small potato is finding scars on your body that you have no idea where they came from.
Dude, do you have a small potato that's like funner, Trevor?
Good. Oh. I have one small potato for this entire week, for this entire show.
Great.
And it's super,
It's hard when we record on Sunday. Sorry, keep going.
it's pretty judgmental and just straight up mean. And
You sure you want
I
to say
have-
that?
Yeah.
no defense for it, but I feel like you guys will kind of, I feel like for some reason, I feel like Spencer is going to have a similar opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But adults in college, just shut the fuck up. You're allowed to be there. You're allowed to be in college. Everyone should like pursue an education no matter what age, no matter what. But if you're like 30 in an undergrad class, maybe just don't talk. Does that make sense? Like maybe when the teacher like asks for like a group discussion, like wants to know the class's opinions, maybe you should just not speak.
Okay,
so
so that is fucking rude.
So mean. I'm sorry.
I do not share that opinion whatsoever.
okay, Trevor, I think you misjudged the situation. Spencer doesn't share that opinion, but I share a similar opinion.
Good. At least
But
I'm
I
not
think
alone.
mine's more universally mean.
Go ahead, please.
If you are in class, shut the fuck up.
Oh, just everyone should shut the fuck up.
Because one person in the room has a college degree. Everybody else in the room
Is a fucking idiot.
is a student. So let the person with the degree tell you
I agree.
about it. I hate when it doesn't matter if you're an adult who's like 40 who talks about their kids or a kid who's 18 who talks about nothing because they have no experience. But when they raise their hand and they're like, actually, I want to chime in. And you're like, oh, this is not an open dialogue. I thought you had questions. And it becomes like a dialogue where the kids are like, so actually, this is how I think.
See, I went to a liberal arts college where group discussion is very much encouraged. And I faced that issue so many times where the whole class is speaking one by one, raising hands, giving opinions. And I'm going, hey, all of you should stop talking because the only person educated and the authority on this subject is the person in front who should be speaking.
Yeah, right.
So maybe just like let them share their opinions on the topic, which they won't because they're professionals. And
You know
they'll give what's important in the lecture.
You know what? I think I know why Spencer doesn't agree. Because Spencer's that guy.
I can't even explain to you guys how wrong you are about your idea of college.
What?
Spencer's that guy. Hey, he's the guy who keeps you from learning because he's chiming in.
I don't keep anyone from learning. I expand the conversation.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Thousands of dollars, possibly hundreds of thousands of dollars that we've all spent.
Obviously,
Oh my God.
if there is a lecture, I'm not going to be like, excuse me, every 5 seconds. But there are class discussions, and if your professors don't have it set up this way, they're idiots.
Spencer,
But there are class discussions
That's
that
what
you
I
are
mean.
supposed to talk
college
in.
is lectures and that's it.
My college professors loved opening up a class discussion to my own demise because I'm like, no, you were doing so well with the lecture. The lecture was so interesting. And then you opened up for the class to speak and it all went downhill.
I disagree because I love hearing people that I think are dumb. I love when
Okay, but
people
you-
say things because I'm like, oof, that it gives me something to be happy about. in
Yeah,
that
it is.
class.
It is.
I'm
There
like,
is something
wow.
comforting about finding a pretentious kid in class who always wants to speak, and you just being like, "Oh, I can't wait for what he's about to say
Oh my
about
gosh,
his dumbass
yes.
opinion."
Yes.
But just so you know, if I was in the same class as you, Spencer, I would probably be like, yes, Spencer's about to say
When
something
I'm about to
so
say-
conceited. When I was looking at this rock the other day, I was like, it's over 100 million years old. Cool, dude.
But Trevor, what I wanted to say about your older people in class comment, I'm fine when anybody speaks in class, but as soon as that older person mentions their age, as soon as they're like, I'm a little bit older than everyone here, immediately I'm done listening.
Good.
Because I'm like, that is...
I had this one guy who, granted, it was a career. It was one of those career classes that you're forced to take for credits when you're like a senior, and they're like, you have to take this career class to teach you how to like pursue your industry or whatever. And it's a bullshit class that teaches you how to like write a resume or something, which I'm sure is helpful for people, but for the most part, it's bullshit. And we have presentations, and this guy spends his entire presentation talking about how he works for this insurance company and how he's like, oh, I signed up 100 clients this month, and I'm working up in the company, and I'm I just qualified for this kind of certification.
Right.
And we're like, dude, we are all 20. We don't give a shit
You know,
about your accomplishments at State Farm.
can I tell you something? I'm going to give you, the listeners and you, Trevor, an insight to what it's like going to any school in Utah. It's along the same situation that we're talking about.
Oh, I know.
Anytime someone raises their hand, they seem, and I bet now Spencer's a part of this group, they seem to not so subtly be like, class discussion on patience. So yeah, thanks for calling on me. So this is probably something that we should teach my husband. Yeah, I'm married. Anyways, so I was going over the project with my husband because I'm married. Or maybe the next class.
As if it's a flex to have a school project and a husband at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, so I was discussing this with my wife the other night, and oh my God, you wouldn't believe what she said. She's my wife, by the way. I want to let you all know I'm 18 and I'm married.
Spencer, I realize
Every time someone raises their hand.
I realize I just called you out, but I don't take it back.
Oh no, absolutely. I am 22 years old and a married man, and I feel like
Congratulations.
I have to own up to that.
You
And
should be
the judgment that
embarrassed.
comes from I should be embarrassed a little bit. I'm happy, but I get why you think that it's weird.
No, it's great, but definitely something that happens when you go to college in Utah.
In Utah,
Everybody
specifically.
seems to need to preface anything that they're saying. It could be a 300-person lecture hall, and they raise their hand to answer a question, and they have to preface it with, they are married.
They always raise their left hand, turn it around,
Flash it a little bit.
flash their ring.
Okay. This one's just kind of annoying to me. This is definitely a small potato. I think the small potato itself is categorized by saying, I think it's a little annoying when someone tries to tell you just a little bit how much they care about sports in the most non-subtle ways. So, for example, I was out and about recently, and I saw two couples that looked like they were on a double date.
4 people?
Yes, 4 in total persons. And there were 2 boys and 2 girls, 2 gals. And they're all walking, and the girls are walking together, and the guys are walking together. And first of all,
It's a gay couple.
Oh,
and
it's a gay
lesbian
couple and a lesbian couple?
Mm-hmm.
no,
Are you sure?
they separated because they're like, battle of the sexes.
Right.
Like we're like chatting. But first of all, I'll just say this. It was really funny to see how 3 of them were wearing masks. One of them wasn't. When you're in a group where you're the only one not wearing a mask, know that everybody hates you. Because that's so annoying. There's a reason why they're wearing a mask, and you've now made them uncomfortable. Just know that that's happening,
Mm-hmm.
whether you care or not, but just know that they don't like you because of it. Anyways, that guy breaks off from the pack, just breaks off, and they all keep walking because he sees a TV, and the TV has a Utah Jazz game on.
Sports game. Yeah.
Sports games. And he almost cheats out to them to let them know that he's really focusing hard on this game. And he's watching, and he's like, oh, okay, gotta make sure I get the score because I need to know. And then he runs back to the group. He's like, and they're all like, what are you doing? And he's like, sorry guys, just had to get the score.
Had to check the score.
Because I just gotta know. You don't have Google that gives you real-time updates. He had to go run somewhere else because he saw a TV. He was outside, at a restaurant or something, to go look at the score, to go make sure his team was winning because he cared so much. He's thinking about it. He's like, I don't want to be here. I just want to be watching the game. Or he's thinking, I really want to be here, but I want everyone to think I'm really cool. So I'm going to go run over there and be like,
Check the score.
Just watch it later. Also, the outcome of sports games, it just cracks me up because there's one every fucking day of different sports.
Pretty much.
And you gotta
Oh, yeah.
stay up to date on all of them all the time. It's just an ongoing thing of what's the score? Who won? Gotta watch Why?
Yeah, Trevor's from the time where everyone was a winner, so it really offends him when there are only one winners
Look, where I grew
in
up,
each game.
we all got
Very
trophies.
grammatically correct.
So when I
Mhm.
watch the NFL and they're like, which team is going to get the trophy? I think, what idiots. Why don't they just join my little league and they'll all get trophies? And then we won't have to spend billions of dollars on Papa John's commercials. We can just all have our little trophies
Yes.
and go home
Mhm.
and be happy.
Imagine if at the end of the Super Bowl, they win the same size trophies that we would get in like Little League. They win these like little tiny ones.
With like a kid kicking a
you get-
ball on the top.
and a slice of pizza. Tom Brady, the greatest player of all time, receives a slice of pizza
Not even a slice of pizza, just like a square of the pizza.
A lemon Gatorade.
and the
and a lemon Gatorade. So
the inscription on the trophy is so cheap that it doesn't even say their names. It just says first place team
winners.
winners.
Guys, I got a most improved trophy once. You know what a backhanded fucking slap that is?
Mm,
You were shitty
you
before.
were shit before.
No, you. To be honest, you're still not
You're
great.
still shit, but we had to give everybody a trophy. So here you go.
You're still B team for sure.
I was like 10 years old going, this is fucking insulting.
At 10 years old.
At 10 years old.
So I wasn't as fortunate to be on some of these teams, like soccer teams and stuff like that. But I was fortunate enough to be friends with someone who was. So I was always in attendance at these games and would be like, hey, I want some orange slices too.
Oh, totally.
They'd be like, who the fuck is this kid?
Oh, when my brother,
And I was like, I watched.
when I was the older brother at my brother's soccer games, first of all, there's a whole club of older siblings at younger siblings sports games that like is a whole fun world to be a part of, because it would be like an AYSO game, a soccer game, soccer little league game.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to play in AYSO. So I know the game. I know the world that we're living in, but I'm in street clothes. I came just out of the kindness of my heart to watch my brother. I'm too cool for this. But at the end of the game, I'm walking over to the cooler and getting some snacks if I can help it.
Okay. This needs to be said.
Go.
I'm so excited. This is probably the largest small potato that will ever be on this show.
Okay.
This is a very medium-sized potato.
Careful.
If you live in the area of Orange County and are aware of the specific league AYSO,
That's not
ASO.
not specific to Orange County, dude. That's everywhere. That's all over the
AYSO?
place.
AYSO,
That's all over the place.
well, if you know AYSO,
The American Youth Soccer Organization.
I have a bone to pick with AYSO.
Yeah. What?
AYSO
Jesus.
targeted me, a viewer, a fan, if you will, and I am banned for life to any AYSO game
This seems to be a common
What?
theme with your stories, Anthony.
Oh yeah.
that I'm banned for
absolutely.
life.
That you keep getting in trouble at things where you didn't do anything.
You did nothing wrong.
Guess
no.
who got in trouble? Anthony.
I had the entire Ladybugs team.
You were clearly running your mouth or something.
The entire
You're
Ladybugs team
clearly
defended me.
being a piece of shit.
All right, let me tell my story, and
You
then
mean
you'll find
the
it. You'll
team you
apologize
were
to me.
cheering for enthusiastically defended you? Wow. Shocker.
You will apologize at the end of the story
Mm-hmm.
because you'll know you're wrong.
I'm sure.
Here's what happened. When I was 18, 17 years old, I went to a Ladybug soccer game. Shout out to the Ladybugs,
that was the team.
if any of them are listening. Probably the greatest soccer team of all time. The whole idea behind the Ladybugs soccer team motivation and how they ran their team was that they were going to have a good time, whether great soccer playing happened or
Because
not.
there were these like 17, 18-year-old girls joining an AYSO league where they really didn't give a shit, right?
It was great. It was so fun to watch these games. So I went as a fan. I went pretty much every time they had a game. 1 week, the last time I ever went to one of these games, I was there having a good time. Sure. I'm a enthusiastic fan.
Drunk as hell.
It was like midday. I was like 17. I hope that I was not drunk.
You can't confirm though that you weren't.
Yeah, you're just hoping.
No,
you
I
have
wasn't.
no idea.
I wasn't. It was like 9 a.m. It definitely wasn't. So I'm cheering for this game, and I remember exactly the words I said. Another team, on the other team, another person, this girl was like, she basically like rainbowed over someone. It was like a fantastic like juke, okay? And I
I'll
said,
pretend that I know what that means.
He didn't use the right
for anyone
term.
who plays soccer, it was a really good juke. Do you know what juke means?
No, the rainbow over.
A rainbow is different than a juke. Like those
It's
are two different moves.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, that's where I got lost.
it was just a really good trick.
Okay, for a rainbow is where you like kick the ball from behind you over
your
your
head, like a
own head
rainbow.
to in
that's
front of
what it
you.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
a juke is
like
a
a
different
rainbow.
thing completely. So
Well, they both are ending up kind of like supposed to trick the other person. Either way, this person did an amazing move. And I said, nice footwork. And I meant it. And everybody knew I meant it because I was like, whoa, good footwork. Because that was great. Immediately after I say those words, good footwork or nice footwork, he blows the referee blows the whistle, stops the game, runs over to me, looks at me with his whistle still in his mouth, his hand still holding his whistle, and points off the field. And I was like, what are you saying? Like, I don't know. First of all, you haven't said anything. And he just sits there and he goes, you're gone. And he says, I won't start this. Oh, he doesn't even say it. He tells another person. He leaves. He backs up, leaves. The game is still paused. And we're all just confused. He ends up telling another one of the ladybugs that he will not start the game until not only am I off the field, but I'm out of his eyesight. Just completely gone. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm enjoying myself and you just kicked me out of this game? So then all the parents start getting mad at me though, because they're like, hey, Anthony, you're stalling this game.
watch your fucking mouth,
And I'm
boy.
like, but it's like the crucible. I haven't done anything.
Here's the thing. I want more backstory. I feel like this ref knew you. I feel like you've been to games before and you were running your mouth before. And this was like a last
Listen,
straw
I
kind
feel
of
like
thing.
I feel like you cut him off in the parking lot before the game.
So, yeah, right. Fuck you, guy. I'm parking here. So here's what happened. So I had to leave. Mind you not, I got a ride there. So I had to wander in the woods. And after I leave, I go to school the next like Monday, and one of the members from the team like gives me this like declaration that the board at AYSO had communicated, and they had realized that they were so offended that they requested my attendance at their next board meeting to apologize in front of all of them, all of the board members of AYSO. Why? I have no idea. Because the Ladybugs pressed that referee to figure out why they kicked me off the field, and that referee never told them. And they speculate, though, that somebody else said something bad, and the guy thought I said it. But everybody heard what I said, so I don't understand. But either fuck you, AYSO.
To reiterate, which was nice footwork.
Nice footwork.
Nice footwork.
Mm-hmm.
But with
Was nice
but with
footwork.
such a condescending tone, and your eyes rolled so far back behind your head that the parents on the other side of the field were like, "Oh my god, what an asshole!"
Jesus.
Ref, are you gonna do something?
Anyways, what I think is so crazy is that the people who are on the board of AYSO have their heads so far up their own asses that they have to tell a 16-year-old girl to search me out and tell me to come to their next board meeting and apologize. Like, what?
Did you?
No. Now I think about it though, I wish I went.
Oh, yeah.
This story would have been much better
been
had
so
I
fun.
gone to the board meeting.
Yeah. Damn.
Because it's like, there's no laws here. This is,
Everyone on the council was just a parent This isn't some Senate hearing. This is just a bunch of volunteer
Yeah.
parents with nothing to do on a Saturday. Excited that there's some controversy in the AYSO community.
So they banned me for life. But they don't check ID. Who knows? Maybe when I have a child, I'll be back.
I can't wait for them to recognize you.
They have your name on file.
Your kid's on the team. Get the hell out of here.
Your kid's gonna be like, Daddy, why won't they let me play? well, honey, I was a troubled youth, and I made some mistakes. I made some enemies.
I was sober and I was participating, and I literally told the girl that she did a good job because she did. And the crazy thing is, if you ask that girl who did that move, she would know she did a good job because she was like, yeah, I fucking did that shit.
That guy told me.
That's the validation she needed.
So that's the story behind why I can no longer go to any AYSO soccer game.